Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I actually filmed this for an Instagram video, but halfway through I ended up absolutely loving it and I had to post it on here too. So I went ahead and added extra clips so that I could put it on here for you guys, so you will see it both on Instagram and YouTube. But I have been loving the blue eyeshadows. I have seen them everywhere here recently and I have been living for it. I absolutely love them, and it's just, I feel like it's perfect for the summertime, especially with the blues. It feels like the ocean, so I am here for the blue eyeshadows. So as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just go ahead and hit that button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And also, don't forget to hit that little post notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then just keep watching. Alright, so starting off to prime my eyelids, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And then to set that concealer, I'm going to be going in with my NYX contour palette, and I'm going to take the skin tone shade in this palette and use that to set that concealer so it's not so sticky and tacky and that our eyeshadows can blend nicely on it. Then I'm just going to apply some tape to give me more of that angled cat eye effect. For the eyeshadow today, I'm going to be going into the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette, and I'm first going in with the shade Damage Control. I actually have not used this palette yet. This is the very first time that I am using it, and I just really wanted to do a fun and creative look, so I figured it was time to pull this baby out. Next, going in with a little bit of a darker blue, I'm going in with the shade Karaoke, and I'm focusing it in that outer corner and then going in right underneath that lighter blue shade that we have, just to kind of start building it up. Going back in with the shade Damage Control, I'm just going to kind of blend the two together just so there's not a harsh line between them. Next, going back in with my e.l.f. concealer, I'm just going to carve out the center of my lid. I love doing this before I put down a shimmer shade because it just really helps make that line clean and really help that shade pop. Next, going in with the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Eyeshadow in the shade Silver Sky. And I'm taking a little bit of MAC Fix Plus and wetting my brush just to really help that shadow pop. Next, going into my Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette, I'm going to take this like aqua blue shimmer shade and just put it on top of that shimmer shade very lightly just to help give it a little pop and tone. Next, going back in with Karaoke, I'm just going to go in and start to blend that shade and our shimmer shade together.
step that I find very important in this look. Going in with that karaoke shade, I'm taking a very small, precise brush, and I'm just carving the inside of my lid out, just so it makes it more defined. Going back in with Damage Control, I'm just going to go in and kind of darken that outer V up and just kind of blend everything together. Now this is something I like to do on my dramatic looks. Going back into that NYX palette from earlier, I'm taking that skin tone shade and I'm just going on the outer V part of it just to kind of blend it and make it soft so it's not so harsh. So I didn't film this next part because sometimes I find it a little repetitive, but I used my LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner and my Wet n Wild Mega Liner to create our eyeliner look. And then I used the Wonder Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. So now I'm just applying the Ardell Double Up Lashes. So these two primers are new to my routine and I have been loving it and the way that it's making my skin look. So first I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water, and then I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. For foundation, I'm going to be using one of my drugstore favorites, and it is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I'm in the shade Natural. And I'm just taking my Morphe Beauty Blender, and it is damp, and I'm just patting the foundation into my skin. And then for concealer, I'm going back in with my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. To set that concealer underneath our eyes, I am using my very well-loved Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going in with what is left of my banana powder. To set our foundation, I am using the Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace. Going back into my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I am taking the second contour shade, which is more of an ashy tone, and I'm just carving out my cheeks. For bronzer, I'm going in with my all-time favorite, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. For blush, I'm going to be using the Anastasia blush kit, and this is the Radiant one, and I am using more of this darker brown tone pink blush, and it is actually the shade Terrace. So for brows, I am using two things that have become my all-time favorite brow products here recently, and it is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and I am in the shade Neutral Brown. And then the Catrice Cosmetics Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel, and it is the brown tone shade. Going back into our Party Animal palette and taking the shade Karaoke, I am taking a very precise brush and I am just pressing that underneath our lower lash line. Next, taking the shade Damage Control, again on the same brush, I'm going to go in and just kind of start to smudge that out and blend the two together. Going back in with our Wonder Beauty Unlashed mascara, I'm just going to apply a light coat on my bottom lashes. Next, going into my Morphe Babe in Paradise palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Vacation and I'm going to apply this to my cheekbones. I then realized I wanted it a little brighter and a little bit more of a pop, so I decided to combine it with the shade BB Girl. Then going in and combining the two again with a more smaller brush, I'm just going to apply that same highlight underneath my brow bone. To finish off this look, I'm going to be taking the Covergirl Melting Pout Matte in the shade Current Nude, and I'm going to apply this to our lips. This is one of my all-time favorite classic nude shades. I feel like it is the closest to what my natural lip color is, but it helps emphasize it a little bit more. So definitely one of my favorites and definitely one that I reach for quite a bit.
Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!